In the previous videos, we have known the plans of the Spanish Army for the new VCR 8x8 vehicle, called Dragon. We were able to know which are the main characteristics of the vehicles destined to the weapons of infantry, cavalry, engineers and artillery of the Spanish Army, and we describe, in detail, the manufacturing operation of the nearly 1,000 VCR 8x8 Dragon vehicles that will be supplied before the end of 2025. It is time to talk about the type of weaponry they will carry. This decision is still pending the previous technical tests and the final decision to be taken, which should be at the beginning of next year 2020. Let's start with active defense systems. These will be of 4 types. Turret with 30mm automatic cannon. Turret with automatic machine gun of 12.7mm. Man turret with 30mm cannon. Turret with 30mm cannon and spike anti-tank missiles. Although there could be later changes, these are the turret systems currently offered, the new VCR 8x8 Dragon of the Spanish Army, and the companies that will develop them. These are the automatic turrets offered. All your weapons are managed from inside the vehicle. On the right, we can see the number of units to be supplied before the end of the 2022 year, corresponding to the first order made by the Spanish Army. It is possible that it is decided to install 2 of the 5 proposed turrets, probably those numbered on the screen as 1A, or 1B, and the number 3. Before going on to describe them, we must know the element common to all the turrets, including the manned one, the 30mm automatic cannon ATK Mk44 ABM Bushmaster 2, marketed by Alliant Tech Systems Company. The ammunition that it uses is used against vehicles of different types of armor, and against buildings or bunkers. The type of ammunition can be of 3 types: incendiary, API, armor-piercing incendiary, high-explosive, HE, high-explosive, and perforator shield stabilized by fins, APFSDST, armor-piercing fin stabilized discarding sabot tracer. Apart from the practices, blue color. Against armored vehicles, it depends on the angle of incidence, or obliquity of the projectile, to get to cause more or less damage. I take this opportunity to explain how the obliquity of an impact is measured. This plane represents the vertical side of the vehicle. On this plane, this tangent line hits. From this tangent line, the obliquity of an impact is measured. The angle formed between plane and tangent is therefore 90 degrees. Now, let's measure the obliquity in this impact trajectory of a projectile. Whenever it is less than 60 degrees, penetration into the vehicle's armor will occur. Above 60 degrees, the projectile will simply bounce against it. In the following table, we can know, depending on the distance and the caliber, the thickness in millimeters that can be drilled. In this case, a 30mm projectile shot up to 3 kilometers away can penetrate a 38mm thick plate. Another specific feature of this type of cannon is the ability to use aerial explosive ammunition, ABM, air burst munition. This means an increase in the lethality of the weapon. The aerial explosion ammunition can be programmed to explode on targets after a defoliated, by delay, or inside a closed space, after crossing the wall. This is the Israeli turret, known as UT-30 Mk2, with ample and proven experience in other combat vehicles. It is one of the 2 towers already pre-selected by the Spanish Army, and will be installed in one of the prototypes. Although, the Army has already requested that the final tower be an improved version, if possible, the one numbered 1B. This is the T-2000 turret, developed by the Israeli company, ELBIT, together with the Australian company EOS, for the Australian Armed Forces. It is the most compact and modern turret currently available, and would be the most modern and equipped alternative for the Spanish 8x8 VCRs. This is the Cerberus turret, from the Triumph DRS consortium. It is developing rapidly, with the intention of having a more Spanish option than the others. Its main weakness is that its active shielding protects against levels 2 to 4 only. This is a Samsung Mk11 turret from the Israeli company Rafael. It is a second turret, unmanned, to be installed in another of the demonstration vehicles VCR 8x8 Dragon. It is the most stylized and light turret among the offered. This low profile reduces the detection signature of the VCR 8x8 Dragon, which in itself is very high. This is the Cockerill 3030 turret, of Belgian origin, that could enter to compete for the new VCR 8x8. It is a compact turret, which will incorporate all the observation and surveillance technology of the Spanish company Tecnobit. It is not designed to incorporate the Spike missile system. Let's now talk about the manned turrets. These are those in which 2 common characteristics are given. The first is that inside usually travel the chief of the vehicle and the gunner of the 30mm cannon. And the second, that the main armament and part of the management of the fires require the manual collaboration of its 2 occupants, with electronic means, logically. In relation to the manned turret, the decision was made in favor of the offer of the Italian company Automalara, in its Iberian subsidiary. On the right, we can see the number of units to be supplied before the end of the year 2022, corresponding to the first order made by the Spanish Army. This is the manned turret, with a 30mm cannon, known as Hitfist 30, which will be mounted on the VCR 8x8 demonstrator for cavalry. This is a magnificent turret, very modern and updated to today's combat requirements. It incorporates an automatic guide system for day and night, and a servo system that allow to stabilize the tower in any condition. The two crew members of the tower have HD screens. Only one of them could completely manage the turret. These are the two systems of machine gun by remote control of 12.7mm, offered for the VCR 8x8 Dragon. On the right, we can see the number of units to be supplied before the end of the 2022 year, corresponding to the first order made by the Spanish Army. It is possible that, finally, it is decided to use both proposals, according to models and needs. The system is very tested and is part of different infantry combat vehicles, both on wheels and on chains. The ability to manage the fires from the screen inside the vehicle guarantees the gunner's safety and allows a quick reaction to the enemy. This is the so-called Guardian 2.0, which is being developed specifically for this project. The one that appears below will be installed in the artillery demonstrator of Advanced Observer. This version is more compact, and the optical sensors are located under the 12.7mm machine gun barrel. It allows detecting targets up to 8 kilometers away, and identify them at 4.5 kilometers. It incorporates an automatic grenade launcher. All previously presented turrets, except for those numbered with a 4, Cockerill, and whether automatic or manned, are capable of incorporating the Spike anti-tank missile system. Only 42 units of the 8x8 Dragon VCR will incorporate this anti-tank missile system, which may seem insufficient. But we must remember that the Spanish infantry squad is equipped to fight against armored vehicles of 2 C-90 or C-100 installadas or rocket launchers, or of a portable system of Spike missiles. It is true that the turrets that allow the launchers to be retracted in their structure are more effective than those that do not allow it, when going outside and being able to suffer unforeseen damage. The Spike long-range missile has great technical characteristics and allows to unify said anti-tank system throughout the Spanish Army,